are back, the L.I.C.K Morning Show on Hits 92.3, and I have Mr. City in the building.
What up,
Hi,
though?
sir.
You're so lame, bro, I swear.
So how long has it been since you've been on the microphone?
Almost 2 months now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, almost 2 months.
For real?
Yeah, when the pandemic started out, that was it for me.
That was it. Yeah, it's hot.
It's quite toasty.
How are you doing?
I'm in a good mood today.
Did you sit next to me? Good.
Nah, it was more so. No, no, I'm in a good mood. Real talk, though. I'm in good spirits.
You should be. You got a lot going on.
A lot.
As you know, this is the first day of the EntrepreneuHIM series that we do on Mondays. We'll have 4 different people to come in, but of course, since this is the very first one, I couldn't have nobody other than you and AJ to do it.
Where he at?
He had to go work. Him had to work.
Oh, he was already here?
Yeah, he was here. He's here in the morning, and he leave half through and go get the coins.
I got you.
All right, so Mr. City is an Atlanta activist. Well, he starts here in Atlanta, but he's all over the place.
Facts.
Wherever they need him to go, whatever
National.
state they need him to go to, he's on the next plane. He also owns Black Shit Clothing. He owns the Wash ATL. The latest venture, I want to wait on that one. Because, you know, I like them boom pals.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to talk about is activism. How did you get into that in the first place?
Well, it started back with the whole Waffle House situation when I saw a young lady. Her name was Shakisha Clemens. She was mistreated, slammed on the ground, derobed, took her clothes off, abused, assaulted by Saraland Police, which is in Mobile, Alabama. I was going down as radio personality. The next thing you know, before you know it, I'm down there every day. The next thing you know, my fist is balled up. And the next thing you know, I'm leading people into the revolution.
And when I say just watching the journey itself, if you think about activism back in the 60s, you're always going to compare either Martin or Malcolm. He's
Right.
definitely not Martin.
Well, you know, and I always tell people, because people are like, you're more Malcolm than Martin. Martin had a little buck in his system. He just went about it a different way. But yeah, I'm definitely more Malcolm than anything.
Definitely more Malcolm. So tell them how the protest was set up for the Waffle House.
What you mean, set up how we organize it?
Yeah, like what was the gist of it? What did you do? And of course we know why you did it, but how did it set up as to why I would say you're more of a Malcolm than a Martin?
I mean, I've always been Malcolm my whole life. Like, I was I always was fight first, talk later. And that was just growing up, period. Physical or mental, it was always fight first for me. But when it came down to the Waffle House whole scenario, it was just seeing how, I don't want to use the term behind, but how mistreated our people were. And then at the same time, lapse of time or behind in time. Not knowing, like, hey, it's a whole world moving. And seeing individuals being treated the way they were treated and having the platforms that I did and knowing the people that I knew and having access to certain celebrities and things of that nature, it was more so to bring everybody together. That's one of the things I use on my platform is I use my connection to the industry, to the connection to the movement, to the connection to the old guard. So I kind of work between that gap or that liaison area just to make sure the messages are being passed on and we're delivering what needs to be delivered so everybody can move as they need to.
All right, so you said you went down as a radio personality and just kind of been, I guess, grandfathered into the movement, I feel like, because...
Yeah, I definitely got, I got slid in the mix real smooth.
So how long have you been in activism?
We'll be going on 3 years.
3 years?
2.5 right now to be exact.
So 2.5. What would you say is your most memorable moment in the movement? Good or bad?
See, that's a hard question because for me, like, I only do bang shit. It's like I every moment is like I would say one of my favorite moments would be when we went down to Saraland and got lit up in the Waffle House. Like, we really tore Waffle House.
Yeah,
like,
they were standing in the chairs, on the table.
Embracing that energy and that power. Some would say from my ancestors, I haven't got to that level yet, but I would definitely say embracing that energy and that power to pour into the young folk under me and also the community that was around And now, if you go to Mobile, if you go to Saraland and Pritchard and Mobile right now, every last individual that was on the ground with me that was from that community is now going for political seats. Like Shakisha Clemens is now running for city council.
Oh, that's dope.
Q, which is one of the big guys out there, he's now running for mayor. There's a lot of people running for they're all making a difference and making a change because they're tired of their circumstances, so they're becoming a part of that change. A year before Shakisha Clemens, none of that shit would have happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's one of my most memorable moments. And then, of course,
You know what mine is?
of course, which one?
The highway.
Tell me when we went on the highway?
Yeah.
No, I don't like that one.
What?
Him went to jail. You keep that shit.
No, I'm talking about with the U-Hauls.
Oh, yeah. See, but nobody really got to see it, though. They kind of, that sucks. Oh, yeah, definitely. And then one of the most impactful ones outside of Saraland was when we went to Times Square. Like, never ever in the history of New York has Times Square ever been shut down for movement purposes, for concerts and stuff like that, yeah. But on the impact of the way we did it, never. During COVID, deadly.
So you said, like, pretty much the people in Saraland, which is Alabama, period, have grown from the situation that happened there, from beginning of activism to where you are now. How have you grown?
I definitely have grown just my networking abilities and the people that I'm in touch with and reach with. Everybody wants me to go into the political side of things. It's not for me. It's not going to happen. I will always be a bridge. I will always play and straddle the fence, but politics ain't for me, man. I don't have the composure. And what I mean by that is like, I can't be bought out, number one. Not saying people are all bought out. It's just that certain things that I will react differently, and I will always shoot myself in the foot. My mouth, my attitude, and if it changes, it changes. But right now, I know that's just not the lane that I want to be in. But I will always be in political situations. So I guess you could say I'm in politics indirectly.
Indirectly in politics. Speaking of, you're working on a campaign right now. Is there anything that you can talk about as far as?
Yeah. Right now, I'm working with getting the DA to stay in office, which is Paul Howard, the district attorney for Fulton County. He has his baggage, he has his demons, but at the end of the day, we all do. Everybody's human. But for what we're trying to do and what we're fighting for and the cause of what we need, there's no way we can put somebody in office that is funded by the people we're against. It just makes no sense. So, like I said, Paul's been real transparent, definitely gets my support and a lot of us around us. And it's one of the things that, we just got to make sure that he's going to keep doing what he's supposed to do when he's in office. And that's all you can do. But trying to put somebody new in that's funded and ran by the system we're against, she could kick all that, I'm transparent and it's about integrity shit if she want to. If I'm cutting you a check, you better do what I'm asking you to do when it's time to do it. And that's called politics.
There you go. So with you being an activist and running businesses, in which we're going to get into, how do you balance activism, entrepreneurship, husband, father, and city time?
I don't. Somebody's going to be upset once a week. That's just what it is. Whether it's wife, kids, me, people, activists, movement, business, losing customers, it's hard.
So what do you do for you?
Yard work.
What do you like to do in the yard?
That's like my escape. Like, I know, like, I'm like the weirdest individual, but I think everybody else is normal, so that's why I'm weird. But like, watching Discovery Channel or doing yard work, cutting grass, planting flowers, that's an escape for me. And it's just like serenity. Or just getting in the car and just driving, listening to music. Like, that's a real big thing for me. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, that's peace. Like, when I'm away from this movement and work and everything like that, of course being at home with the family, but when it's just some me time, it's always like yard work.
Yard work.
Getting up at like 6, going to Home Depot, finding something to do. Like, I go to Home Depot, I don't have shit to do at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, but I'll come home doing something.
So would you say that's a way for you to decompress from the movement?
Definitely.
Cool. Black Shit Clothing. So that kind of goes hand in hand, but you've had that company longer than you've been an activist, correct?
Yeah, I started Black Shit right along the terms the year after Mike Brown. Mike Brown died in 2015. Black Shit established in 2016. It started with, the first quote was, I've been in prison my whole life being black in America. And that was when I had, like, I've always been keen and hip to the movement. I was just never an effective piece. I was just one of the ones who did a lot of talking, or was just always angry. But 2016, I was using my gifts and my ability to put a message, which it always upsets somebody. That's one thing about black shit. There won't be a day that I wear that shirt less now than it was prior to all this going on that somebody didn't get pissed, which I didn't give a damn. But I've always had a message with the clothing line. Like I said, it's an urban line with a political twist. And it's not all Black Lives Matter, but it's Black Lives Matter.
Do you have things for women, men? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. The only thing I don't have access to right now is the kids, and it's crazy because more people want it for their kids. And they're like, I want one for me and my 3 kids. You got 3T, 2T? No, I don't. But you can take this T-shirt and split it into 4 ways, and now everybody got a T.
No, stop it.
But as men, women, teenagers, youth, you can do like a small for youth, but I don't have it for kids yet.
And what all do you sell?
T-shirt, hats, backpacks, masks, what else? Stickers, bumper stickers. I mean, we got, and like, of course, I'm gearing up. Like, I took a pause right now. I'm waiting for all these T-shirts to go, but I'm really gearing up for the fall. Like, I almost want to be ahead of the fall, so we're going to have denim jackets, hoodies, scullies, joggers. I'm really focused on the October release. I'm really excited for the fall release. The summer, spring's been good. The T-shirts are always going to sell. The masks are going to keep selling, but I really want to make an impact for the winter. Like, that's the time everybody get to wear clothes anyways.
Yep.
It's too hot in the summer.
Yep.
So, but I definitely want to kill them with these hoodies and the denim jackets. And I'm actually looking at doing some peacoats, car seats, and some stuff. So I really want to have fun this for the fall and winter.
So what would you say your price points are if somebody was to go onto the website?
Run that check. Simple.
Buy all of it, every color.
I mean, we got like the backpacks start at 15. Like the denim jackets and stuff like that would be all the way up to like 150, 175, but it's a good quality denim. But I mean, from $15 up, $15 and up.
Okay.
Free shipping though.
Free shipping.
After $50.
There you go. Unless you use my discount code.
Or you use a discount code.
What made you start Black Shit Clothing, especially if this was prior? Because I'm not shading anybody that's just started, but a lot of people jump on things once it becomes popular.
Yeah.
What made you start Black Shit and why that name?
What happened in 2016? I really don't know what case it was, but I know it was a year after Mike Brown died, which was 2015. And I don't know exactly what case it was, but it was already a buildup from what was going on prior to. And something happened where I was just like, man, I don't know, we were having a conversation, I was having a conversation with somebody, and the term of being black, prison, forever, something was all integrated, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna put that on the shirt, and I asked you, he's like, yeah, put it on the shirt. And then the reason why I ran with Black Shit, because I was like, I don't know, I'm very controversial. Yeah. And I was doing it, I was like, I'm gonna call it Black Shit. I Googled it, nobody owned the name's trademark and everything, copywritten, but I was like, oh, yeah, Black Shit. And then it's just like, I have these random impulsive ideas that are very, very good ideas once it's polished. Mm-hmm. And as long as I stick with it, and and that's what I did. And now it's like, it's been on BET, it's been on VH1, actually, it's been on a few TV shows.
Somebody
a lot of celebrities. Yeah. A lot of celebrities do wear it, so as you know, the support has been crazy. Of course, given the environment that we're in right now, sales have skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. But it's been established since 2016.
I love it. And the Wash ATL. So as you can see, City is very versatile in anything that he does. So we talked about activism,
right, about
you being a husband, father, time for yourself, your t-shirt company, and now the Wash ATL. That's so different from all of those. What made you get into detailing?
Well, it's crazy. The Wash was actually a friend of mine, my best friend from college. We started the business together, and then I kept it going. But I will say, that's like, I know this is the weird side of me. Cleaning cars is peace for me. Like
anything, it seems manual.
And
you enjoy.
And I swear, like, that's why everybody's car, when I'm done, it looks like a brand new car, because I take an enjoyment in doing it. I'll be honest, the last 2 weeks I haven't had the urge to wash cars because it is extremely hot. Like, and it's frustrating because people are like, you don't wash my car? I'm like, no, you won't even wash your car in this weather. Don't ask me to do that shit. So, like, I'll be honest, I have been avoiding, like, I have like 10 messages, appointments. Thankfully, it's been raining, so I've been getting a little past. And then, of course, with this new business venture, I'm going to have to kind of balance this out. But I got a few people that I'm trying to see help run one of those, the car wash itself. Because I'll be honest, physically, I can't do this heat and wash cars. Like, it's just, it's very frustrating. It's very depressing. Big investment, so it's definitely going to keep going. I just got to find the people to keep it going and maintain the quality. That's not, see, the issue is making sure they match my quality.
Right.
I'd rather not have it going if the quality's not going to match, and just then there maybe I'll franchise the business out, sell it. Who wants to buy a car wash? Comes with van, customers, full equipment. The first we got full equipment and everything. The franchise, the buying is $25K and the monthly fee is $250 a month. We got the customers for you.
Until then, are you hiring?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you're looking for people to
1099. Don't ask me for no W-2.
Are they going to take the van and go places, or
no? Well, they'll have to go through a stringent training process before they just be able to go do it on their own. And it's like I said, my detailing techniques are different than what you go and pay $25 for. Like, we're charging $50 plus for what we do. But people get what they get. Like, the rims look spotless. There's no water spots. The windows every car gets window treatment. So, but yeah, if you do come on as a apprentice / intern, or you want to work and get hired on, it's a process. Because I to teach you all this and then you gone next month is frustrating. So I'm not gonna waste my time.
Right. And he does wash cars just slightly different than the norm of a great person that washes cars. So I would say that, like you said, a stringent process. Yeah,
man.
Can't just say, oh yeah, I wash cars all the time. I've been washing my mama's car since I was 2.
Nah, bro. Like, we detail these. And the thing is, the wash that our basic wash is what you would pay for when you get a detail. You know what I mean? And like, because when you go get a hand car wash, they give you a wash, white, vacuum, tire, shine. That's the best. That's hand car wash. Our hand basic car wash is wash, wax. All of our soap has wax in it. That's why your car is extra shiny. On top of the spray wax we put in when we're done. We do a wipe down, a dry cloth wipe down. We clean the rims. We degrease. Like,
that's in a basic car wash.
Yeah, that's basic car wash.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? That's why we charge $50.
So that's why people, if they can't get you that day, they'll wait
the
next
day.
Yeah,
definitely.
People are literally waiting the next day or whenever he has another opening to get their car washed.
Your windows get window treatments. We do Rain-X treatments on all the windows. So when it rains, if you got bad windshield wipers, you still will be able to see because all the water beads up. So, and then the reason why people are able to wait a week or two before I come back and touch their car is because when we're done with the whole wash, we put a protective spray wax finishing on it. So it has that extra coat. It's like, say, sunblock for skin. So all your, like, most of my customers know, don't run it through those little, the brush washes. You can do like the jet washes, but not the brushes because it scratches your clear coat. But
and we don't be knowing.
Yeah, but most of all my customers are like upper. I won't say all upper end cars, but they're like $30,000 plus cars, so they're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Even if that's base model like Nissan Altimas, them like $30,000 cars, but the paint, the coat on that is really dope. But that's apples and oranges, but we take care of the car. Excuse me.
So you'll take care of any car that you have.
Yeah, don't.
As long as you take care of it.
I'll make a Pinto look like a Bentley by the time we're done with it.
He's so serious.
It's up to you though.
So tell us, first of all, I should have asked you at the beginning, how did you come up with the name City? Like, who started calling you City?
It's crazy though, but all right, so it's a two-way street. My grandfather had a part of it, but also when I went to college was like the cap on it. My grandfather had a farm, and he always used to call me City Boy, like, or he'll call me Christy. Weird. Like, he's like, Christy. No, I'm a boy, Damon. Like,
I am a boy.
It's just his thing. Or when we're out, he's like, he's such a city boy. And then when I went to college, it was an all-white town. They were so behind. They were still doing Superman. And I started doing mixing and DJing. And it's like, oh, you brought the city to us. Like, oh, DJ City. And it ran. Like, because before that, I was always called Young Diddy because I love doing I was a producer.
And when I met you, you loved Diddy. I haven't heard you talk about Diddy in a
Because
minute.
I'm about to pass him.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to him, but I'm about to pass him.
Yeah, you better speak.
He's still that dude. Don't get me wrong, but I can't focus on everybody else's. I got to focus on my own grind.
There you go.
But Diddy's still that guy. I don't care how much money Ye got. He sold himself. Diddy that guy.
Oh gosh, don't talk about it. So, radio, because you do radio too. Because you left something out. So you did DJing in college.
Right.
You became City.
Right.
How did you become I Am City?
Well, it was Follow the City first.
Follow
because
the City.
When Twitter first started, I was like, I had crazy numbers on Twitter. Like, I was like a Twitter king.
What were you doing?
I was an artist, but I just know how to use social media.
Mm-hmm.
This is before you can buy file. Like, you had to
What
work.
kind of artist?
I was a pop artist. I rapped too. Like, in the beginning, I was a rapper, and then I realized like it didn't make me happy. Like, I like fun music, I like to party, so I went into my lane. Like, I was Flow Rider before he started.
Okay.
And but when Twitter came out, I literally like my whole brand was Follow the City, like the album, everything. Like, we was killing on Twitter. Like, if you had Twitter back then if you didn't know me, then you wasn't popping on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Like, I was one of the top 10 accounts. And then once Twitter got really big, stuff started getting hacked. So I worked my ass off for Twitter. And once my account got hacked, I had to make a whole new account. I was done with Twitter. I was like, oh, forget it. Like, right now, I got like 8,000 followers now, but I was over it. I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Gotcha.
And it's just because I couldn't get my name back. So then
somebody else took the name.
Follow the City. The account got hacked.
Dang.
So and then, but we got the whole Twitter thing closed, and I had to come back, and that's when I became an I Am City.
I Am City. Okay. So you were
Because
a pop artist.
the guy who has City on Instagram, lame as hell. We offered to pay him before. He won't give up the name. Not even doing nothing with it. Like, bro.
Just to keep it. You
So,
think he just might not be on there anymore? Period.
I don't
didn't
know.
see it.
No, because he talked back and forth. My first in the management, which is popping them. Like, they would talk back and forth. They just didn't want to give it up.
Oh wow.
So we
And
just
not
talked
doing
about I
nothing
Am
with
City.
it. So just the growth of every single thing that you've done, and hold on, before I even ask that, radio. We didn't talk about radio. What got you in radio?
My homeboy, which he gets on my damn nerves. A lot of them know him as Money Designs. He brought me on as a co-host one day, and it was just, it was inevitable for something I should have been doing. It was just, he gave me the opportunity, and I always would big up him for that. Like, he opened up his platform for who I am today when it comes to radio, because if he'd have never opened up that platform, I probably would have never, granted, if it was something meant for me, it would have came further down the road, but he was the first one that opened up his show and his platform and brought me on, and taught me the ropes. And I took off from there. But definitely would be Money. It was called Lord Jesus, this one blank. Addictive Radio, Addictive Talk Radio.
Addictive Talk Radio. And now you have.
We had all the scribbles.
You did.
But we had the scribbles out the yang yang.
Yes. Yeah.
But but he definitely was the one that brought me on radio. To this day, I shout him out.
I Am City. I'm sorry, the Live City show.
Yeah.
What would you say your show is about?
Everything. And it goes. Our show goes on what the world is. We're definitely a trend following / setting show. Whatever the world's talking about, we're talking about. And I've had my moments where I was focusing on women in business. Then I went to the celebrities, to all the love and hip hop, and we did. Now we're pro-black, it's like
everything.
Yeah, we dabble in it all. We definitely do a lot of black businesses. We talk about entertainment. We're heavy with politics right now. We're on a hiatus, looking to come back probably September or mid-August. The show will be back full functioning. But we took it's whatever the world's talking about, and we try to keep on to that. Current events. How about that? That's something.
I would say that current events. So just the man city.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel like you've grown the most? Now, before that, I do want to commend you. Of course, I haven't said it yet, but I talk about you on the show every single day. So I'm sure people are tired of hearing city this, city that. People don't even know you as just Kel's husband. They'll know you by name. So just going from where we started to where we are, and I just told him this the other day, like, I feel like I'm married to a completely different man in a great way. I still get the same man, still goofy, still fun, still romantic, still sexy, and still sweet, and all of that great stuff, but the business side has definitely changed for the better. financially, we're in a better position because of you. Just yourself, what made you evolve into the man that you are today?
I mean, it's a lot of. I definitely would say our kids. That's one of the biggest ones. Is like I want to be the man my daughter wants to marry. You know, and I want to be the man my son wants to be better than, but have a track to follow. But it's just, you know, I guess you could say when you just grow the hell up. I mean, that's just the simplest way to say it, like growing the hell up. Like, it took me 34 years to catch on, but just growing up. And that was, I just having a reality check with how easy life can be when you just focus and stay consistent and persistent as much as possible.
So for someone who, because y'all all heard all the things that he is great at doing, that he consistently has going, businesses, legal businesses, by the way, and just being a father and a husband, and finding him within all of that, what would you say to someone who is trying to find that focus and that balance? I know you can't say this is the rules to do it, but
don't rush. Like, mess up, bump your head, lose, fail. It's okay to fail. Like, I think that was one of my biggest things. Like, I was afraid of failure, so I tried to be something I wasn't. But when I realized failing is a good thing, that's when I became dope as shit.
Now, I had a conversation with one of my god brothers, and he pretty much was saying he's at a point in life where he's this close to being successful in his business, but he's also this close to finding like the love of his life, is getting agitated with him not being around as much as he used to. So he's in a limbo of what to do and where to go. What would you say to someone who wants
business.
And if there's meant to be,
and you can contest to this, like, I've been zoning on my business, nowhere near as at home or around, but 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I'll be debt free and financial free and being able to do what the hell I want to do. I don't have a boss. Not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is when I'm 40, 50, I won't be creating a retirement plan. I'll already be retired.
There you go.
So I will tell anybody who's at that crossroad between relationship and work, if it's something you truly want, if it's a career, whether it's a job or whether it's your own business, like, because 10 years later, you don't want that regret to come back. I'll tell you that.
Or stay with that person and resent them.
Yeah, that regret. So I would say focus on your business, man. Focus on your hustle. Being in love and broke, that shit ain't cool.
Not at all. So is there anything you want to say to anybody out there? Any shout outs?
I mean, like this morning, like I said, I was going to try to I'm trying to get back on social media. Like, I took a huge hiatus. Like, I don't even post the same. Just due to some other stuff that's going on. But I always tell somebody, man, whatever you think about, like, don't think about it. Just go do it. And I think you can contest to this. Like, bro, when an idea comes to my head, I go do it. The worst thing that can happen is I lose some money or I fail. I don't die.
Yeah.
Whatever idea, whatever you want to do, just go do it. Like, stop procrastinating. Because the minute you second guess that idea, I'll say this. You're not the first person to ever come up with the idea that you come up with. You just got to be the first one to make it look good. So when you think of something, there's one in every, this is my own math. No, this is not statistics, this is a fact. 1 in every 3 person you meet has had the same idea as you. That's what I feel. And that's why there's McDonald's, Burger King. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, there's McDonald's, Burger King, there's Hardee's, there's Chick-fil-A, like, there's fast food restaurants on every corner. Not on every corner, but not just only on every corner, every other stoplight. There's 3 McDonald's on one street. So you just gotta make yours different and be better at it.
And I say this too, like, as far as even walking down the cereal aisle, there's a whole aisle just on cereal.
18 different Frosted Flakes, but I always buy Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Because it's,
you know what I mean? Like, I will never buy Publix Frosted Flakes. I'll never buy Kroger Frosted Flakes. I will buy Kellogg's. So with that alone, I will always say, like, there's no such thing as a new idea. There's no such thing. But you can be the new person to do that idea and be good at it. And that's just something that I've always held. Like, I don't know, like tomorrow I might wake up and say I want to open a restaurant. If it's something I really, really, really want to do, I can promise you in 30 days I will have a restaurant.
Yes, he will.
And that's just because once I set my mind to something, I don't know. I just don't stop. The only thing that can stop me is me. And once I really became in tune with that, like right now, like my new business venture is actually one of the first business ventures alongside you being, but having no business partners. And it's scary. Like I in the last 72 hours, my mind is on scared as shit mode. But it's going to be crazy. It's going to be dope. And, I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to lose a lot. I already know that. Like, people are like, oh, don't speak it into existence. No, stupid. Tell yourself you're going to lose. So when it happens, you ain't half white jumping off a bridge. White privilege is a motherfucker. But it's just one of the things where people got to understand, like, you can't be scared of what you want. Because every day you second guess is another day in life that you gotta work double to catch up. And I never understood this meaning when somebody was like, oh, when you see somebody's working, I'm like, all right, let them work. But even now, like, I'll go to bed, but I'll wake up an hour after I'm asleep and I'll be researching. Like, this new business venture, like, I feel like I've already owned this stuff already because I'm so in depth with it. But I still have a lot to learn when you turn that key on it.
I'm so super duper proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Love you, boo.
I love don't, you abandoned me.
Whatever.
Love don't live here anymore.
Whatever. Tell the people where to find you
at Hits 92.3. Simple.
In my bed.
On Instagram, I am City Verified. Facebook, City's World, CITY_S WORLD. Twitter, I am City. Snapchat, not everybody gets access to that. That's just my friends and family. Like, that's where I get to be nosy on all my. The thing is, I only use Snapchat to do my videos to post on Instagram.
Gotcha.
But I watch everybody's Snapchat. I don't even like. I know you follow me. I be on it, bro.
I don't even know what my password is.
So sad. Has to be more careful.
And your OnlyFans?
Oh. See, I ain't got one of those yet. But when I get my 6-pack, oh, you better believe. I'm like,
He lying.
Nah, and then we about to be breeding some German Shepherds. That's next. So y'all just stay tuned.
Those gonna be his new babies, and he gonna be good with that.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
There.
Stay tuned.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with Wifey today.
That's cool. You act like you'll never want me on your show.
Whatever. I always
me.
want you on my show. You don't ever want to come on my show.
That ain't true.
Oh, well, y'all hear him again then. Y'all heard it here first. All right, so we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back. L.I.C.K Morning Show. Thank you, Poo-Poo. Yeah, when I start sweating, I start leaking.
You lied.
Thank y'all. I talk like this all the time. They pull out winches and everything.
You got
bye, y'all. In the car.